David Lawson, you're under arrest. Come with us.
What?
David Lawson, last night at 10 p.m., a red sports car fled the scene of a fatal hit and run. On the airbag at the scene, we found your blood. The evidence is solid. Save your excuses.
You've definitely made a mistake. I don't even own a scooter. How could I have a sports car? I'm being framed.
This is the paternity statement signed by you and Richard Lawson. It's written clearly right here. That car was a gift to you from him. We have all the evidence. Still trying to deny it?
How is this possible? It really looks like me. What paternity statement? Who is Richard Lawson? I grew up in an orphanage. I don't have a father.
Leave us.
Yes, sir.
He looks so familiar, but I can't remember from where.
I'm Richard Lawson, your biological father.
He's behind all of this. It was you. This flawless forged evidence. You did it all. Why are you framing me?
That's right, I did it. Your brother, Michael, got into Iron Vale Martial Academy. He has a bright future ahead. I can't let him go to jail and ruin his life. So you have to take the fall. Don't worry, I've taken care of everything. You just do 15 years. Once you're out, I'll give you a sum of money, enough to set you up for life.
You abandoned me for 18 years, and the moment you show up, you make me take the fall for your precious son. That's 15 years.
If I didn't need you to take the fall, I wouldn't have even come to this dump to see you.
I just want to know, how did you get my blood?
That wasn't your blood. I had someone swap the report.
Richard Lawson. You bastard. I'll never let you get away with this.
For causing a fatal traffic accident and fleeing the scene. Given the severe circumstances under the Federal Penal Code, you are sentenced to a prison term of 15 years.
Didn't think you'd be this useful. Serve that time well for me.
Richard Lawson. Michael Lawson. For this, I'll make you pay 100-fold.
Detected a suitable host for binding. Martial Ascension system bound successfully.
A system? The system's function is very simple. It automatically strengthens my martial arts. But as for how exactly it makes me stronger, I need to practice a technique first. Over 100 years ago, after a meteorite crashed into Earth, the people of Blue World discovered a new, special kind of energy. Those who practiced ancient martial arts instantly became incredibly strong. Since then, Blue World entered the era of martial awakening. In 15 years, maybe I can use the system to get my revenge. But in a dump like this prison, where am I supposed to practice? Forget it. Worst case scenario, in 15 years, I'll practice when I get out. Lawson family, you just wait.
Inmate 4567, David Lawson.
Here.
Your bed is... Warden, there are no available beds left. There was an incident at Prison 2 yesterday. A bunch of inmates were transferred here. Our prison is completely full.
Then put him in cell block 1.
Cell block 1? He's just an ordinary guy. Won't he die in there?
Then let him stay in your room. Or are you paying to expand our prison?
David Lawson, your bed is in cell block 1, bed 8.
Yes, sir. This cell is so creepy and cold. What kind of people are locked up here?
You're in luck, kid. The inmates locked up in here are different from the rest. They're all top-tier beauties.
Women in a men's prison? What's going on? Cell block 1. Strange. Why are there only 3 people in this cell? I'm the 4th one in, so why didn't I get bed 4? But bed 8, the furthest from them. They really are gorgeous. but none of them look like normal people. Am I gonna be okay? Hi there.
Kid, you're just an ordinary guy. How did you end up in this cell?
I didn't commit a crime. I was framed by the Ironvale Lawson family.
The Lawson family? Could it be that old ghost Henry Lawson who framed you? That's impossible. He's a peak post-heaven martial artist. Why would he frame an ordinary guy like you?
I don't know Henry Lawson. It was Richard Lawson who sent me here.
Makes sense. So it was Henry Lawson's son. Do you want revenge?
I do, but I can't take on the Lawson family.
Henry Lawson is only at the peak post-heaven stage. If you reach the innate stage, taking them down will be a piece of cake.
Post-heaven? Innate? Are you talking about martial arts?
Yes. So what do you say? Take me as your master. I'll guide you into the martial domain.
Scarlet the Witch, you're only at the advanced post-heaven stage yourself. Who are you to help someone reach the innate stage? Want to take an apprentice? You definitely have ulterior motives.
One-eyed hag, you have a death wish.
You think you can?
Keep arguing and I'll chop you up for dog food.
Suppressing two masters with just one sentence. This woman is truly the most terrifying existence in this cell.
Kid, if you want to learn, I can take you as my apprentice. Once you reach the post-heaven stage, though you can't defeat Henry Lawson, taking down Richard Lawson will be a piece of cake.
We just met. Would she really be so kind as to teach me martial arts? But I have no other choice right now. I'll learn. Disciple David Lawson greets Master.
My name is Scarlet Hood. They call me Lady Scarlet. I'm at the advanced post-heaven stage. Since you've taken me as your master, I shall pass on the endurance forging technique to you. This technique treats heaven and earth as a furnace.
And your body as the iron ore. And your body as the iron ore. Just by breathing, you can draw spiritual energy into your body to temper your muscles, bones, and skin. But your foundation is too weak. Breathing alone isn't enough. I'll pass a surge of hidden energy into you first, to help clear your meridians. Once you cultivate a furnace seed within your body, you'll be able to train on your own.
Great. I never thought I'd learn a technique in prison. The system is finally useful. Master, you're helping me so much. Is there something you need me to do?
Once you reach the initial post-heaven stage, I need you to kill someone for me. You are not in for life, so you can get out, right?
I got 15 years. Master, who do you want me to kill?
I'll tell you once you reach the adept level. Come, give me your hand. Your meridians are clear. Good. Listen carefully. The human body has 4 C's. The stomach is the sea of nourishment.
Congratulations, host, on learning the Northern Abyss art.
This is the Northern Abyss art, not the endurance forging technique she mentioned. What's going on?
The Northern Abyss. Art can absorb others' power.
I knew it. There's no free lunch in this world. She claims to be teaching me as her disciple, but she actually sees me as a furnace she can drain any time. You want to play? I'll play along.
The technique I just passed to you. Did you memorize it?
I did. Thank you, Master. Since Scarlet practices the Northern Abyss art too, that means, as long as my skill level surpasses hers, I can absorb her power too.
Northern Abyss. Art not initiated.
Are you kidding me? This system is totally useless. Then what's the damn point of practicing it?
Your Northern Abyss art feels insulted. It's motivated and begins cultivating. Technique proficiency +10. Realm experience +1.
No wonder it's the Ascension system. So the techniques have their own minds and cultivate automatically. So my goal is to provoke the technique. Northern Abyss art. Your cultivation speed is way too slow. Some divine art you are. Is that all you got? Northern Abyss art.
Feels humiliated by your mockery. It's motivated. Experience +20.
But since you're a divine art, you must have a great foundation. Once you fully develop, you'll definitely shock everyone.
Northern Abyss art is encouraged. Entering auto-cultivation mode. Ascension will awakened. Experience +40 per minute.
It's completely auto-cultivating. 50 minutes later.
Northern Abyss.
Art proficiency reaches 1000. Technique initiated. Technique initiated.
Muscle and marrow cleansing.
Initiated in under an hour. This kid is actually a martial arts prodigy.
My training speed has almost doubled.
Kid, you have great talent. You've cleansed your body so fast. Go wash up. You stink.
All right. This is a prison bathroom? Even hotel bathrooms aren't this luxurious. This power. So this is the power of a martial artist. I never thought there'd be a day I'd step into the martial world. Richard Lawson, just you wait.
My disciple, with your talent, I've truly found a treasure.
It's all thanks to your teachings, Master. Without you, I'd be nothing. By the way, Master, in this prison, are the bathrooms really this nice?
In your dreams. When you came in, didn't the guards tell you about cell block 1? Nope.
I heard the prison was full, so they just assigned me here.
No wonder. I wondered why a normal guy would be assigned here. Since the guards didn't say, I'll tell you about it. Cell Block 1 is strictly for martial artists, and only for those in the post-heaven stage. You don't have to follow the rules here. The food and supplies are way better. But staying here isn't without its downsides.
What kind of downsides?
Wait until tonight. You'll understand. Get dressed. Get some good rest. There might be a mission tonight. I'll take you out to see the world then. I'll let you see for yourself what the real martial world is like.
The food in here is like a 5-star hotel.
Time to eat, ladies. Inmate 4567, come to the mess hall with me.
He's eating here. Go and bring another meal over.
Scarlet, that's against the rules. He's just an ordinary guy. He can't enjoy the same treatment as the three of you.
What? Do my words mean nothing to you? He is already my disciple. From now on, he gets the same treatment as us.
Yes, right away.
Eat up, disciple. You just started training. You need lots of meat for energy. You can't train on an empty stomach.
Yes, Master. Thank you. She's putting on a good show. If it wasn't for the system's manual, I might have actually fallen for it. Stuffing me like this. She's afraid her vessel will be malnourished and ruin her energy absorption later.
Scarlet, the warden wants to know, since David gets this treatment, is he also going to the Rift World to kill beasts?
Don't worry. I'll take him. Tell the warden clearly, since he is going. The Rift World reward system applies to him. As long as he kills beasts, his sentence gets reduced.
Rest assured, we'll definitely play by the rules.
Master, what is the Rift World? And what are beasts? Killing them reduces my sentence.
You'll find out tonight. It's too much to explain right now. Just eat. I'll teach you a fist technique later.
Such good treatment. And sentence reductions. It seems this Rift World must be a really dangerous place.
Before heading to the Rift World, I'll teach you the 8 Extremes Fist for self-defense. As they say, Taiji brings peace to the world, while 8 Extremes commands the universe. 8 Extremes Fist has always been a killing art. It has no flashy routines. It's all about taking your enemy down fast. Scarlet the Witch. That basic technique will just tickle the beasts in the Rift World. What do you know? He hasn't reached the body tempering stage yet. 8 Extremes Fist is perfect for him. Kid, if your master won't teach you a real killing technique, then I will. One punch destroys all. If you're dead, learning the 8 Extremes Fist is completely useless. Bullshit. He's a beginner. His body's meridians simply can't handle the Mountain Breaker Fist's explosive force. Are you trying to destroy him?
Martial Art 8 Extremes Fist recorded successfully. Not yet initiated. Martial Art Mountain Breaker Fist recorded successfully. Not yet initiated.
Scarlet the Witch. Why don't you use your 8 Extremes Fist and try fighting my Mountain Breaker Fist? Bring it on. Who's afraid of you? Enough!
I'll give you half an hour. Memorize both of these fist techniques. We enter the Rift World in half an hour.
Disciple, the essence of my 8 Extremes Fist. Did you see it clearly?
I saw it clearly.
What about my Mountain Breaker Fist? How much of the force exertion techniques did you memorize?
I memorized it all.
You memorized it all just by watching once. How is that possible?
Scarlet the Witch. This time you really took in an incredible disciple.
8 Extremes Fist successfully recorded. Not initiated. Mountain Breaker Fist successfully recorded. Not initiated.
8 Extremes Fist. Mountain Breaker Fist. Even the Northern Abyss art knows how to work hard on its own. But you two just sit in the panel doing nothing.
8 Extremes Fist and Mountain Breaker Fist are heavily provoked. They've decided to detach from the host, seek out beasts, and level up through combat.
Seems martial skills differ from techniques. Techniques cultivate independently, but skills actively go out and find opponents to fight.
8 Extremes Fist encountered a Tier 1 beast. After a fierce battle, skill proficiency plus 50. Mountain Breaker Fist encountered a Tier 1 beast. After a fierce battle, skill proficiency plus 50.
The two skills are actually grinding monsters, and the combat experience they accumulate from fighting is fed back directly into my mind, just as if I fought them myself. Amazing.
Kid, what's with the goofy smile? Practicing skills isn't like techniques. You have to move.
You're right, Senior. I'm just digesting the fist arts you two taught me.
Is he your apprentice or mine? If I'm not in a rush, why are you? Of course you're not in a rush. Teaching him the Northern Abyss art. What sinister scheme are you hiding? Do you think we're all blind? Jessica Storm, I suggest you mind your own business. This is between master and apprentice. According to martial world rules, it's not your place to speak. Fine. Martial world rules. I'll shut up.
Jessica Storm saw right through it, but because of martial world rules, she couldn't say it out loud. Scarlet Hood. Since you want to use me as fodder, once I get strong enough, you're the first one I'll drain.
This kid has some serious talent. I only showed it to him once, and he's already doing it this well. Time's up. Let's move out. Apprentice, enough practice. Come with me.
Projecting chi, shattering steel mid-air. This is a true martial master. With this kind of power, a cell could never hold her. Then why is she staying here? What's the reason? Is being in prison fun?
Access granted.
Damn, an inmate scanning their face to get around? Is this even a prison? I've officially seen it all. Master, if these doors can't hold you guys, why are you still here?
The doors can't hold us, but the rules can. In this world, what traps a martial artist is never a prison cell. It's a stronger martial artist. Yeah, this prison is guarded by top experts. Anyone who dares to break out will turn up dead the very next day. So we can only kill beasts in the Rift World to redeem ourselves and reduce our sentences.
What exactly is the Rift World?
Since you're about to enter it, I'll give you a quick rundown. The Rift World appeared out of nowhere after Blue World's spiritual awakening. The Rift World is an alternate dimension. It's crawling with beasts, and our job is to kill them and stop them from invading Blue World. Blue World may seem peaceful, but it's full of hidden dangers. Killing beasts reduces our sentence. One Tier 1 beast takes off 1 day. Tier 2 takes off 2 days, and so on.
Are Tier 1 beasts easy to kill?
Don't even think about it at your level. Forget about killing a Tier 1. Even unranked ones could kill you instantly. Even though I'm at the post-heaven stage, I wouldn't dare fight a Tier 2. I can only kill Tier 1 beasts.
Completely ignoring it. Just acting like it's not there.
Disciple, you sit in the back.
Master, you just said killing beasts reduces sentences. Then you should wait until you get out to kill. Wait until you get out. Why did you come to me?
She wiped out a minor family. Over 30 people. She was sentenced to life. Good thing the Federation has no death penalty now, or she'd have died 800 times. Her current sentence is over 900 years. Even killing 10 beasts a day, she could never dream of walking out alive. You talk too much. To avenge your husband, you killed a family of 8. Over 300 years of sentence. You think in this lifetime you can ever get out? At least my chances are better than yours.
Wiping out whole families just like that. These two really are bloodthirsty maniacs. Then if you can't get out, why still risk your lives?
You gotta have a dream. Plus, killing beasts gets us points. Points can be traded for resources. If I can manage to reach the innate stage in my lifetime, my lifespan will increase. I might just get out one day.
Senior Quinn must be an innate stage expert. She must have killed tons of beasts. What exactly did she do to end up in here?
We're here.
Where is the rift here? It's a cliff up ahead. Who goes there?
Serena, Central Penitentiary, taking my team into the rift.
Serena. What a badass name.
Password, Silent Night. Hear the wind.
What the fuck? They're jumping.
Disciple, stay close.
Is this the world of martial artists? This is fucking insane. This is the rift.
We're here.
So this is the rift world.
First, let's go to the camp to get weapons. Then we'll head to the canyon.
Master, is that camp the Blue World Outpost?
Yes, there are many camps like this inside the rift. There are no beasts around the camps because they've been cleared out. I'll take you to register first. Without being an exorcist, no matter how many beasts you kill, you won't earn a single point.
What's an exorcist?
You can think of it as a status. If you kill enough beasts and earn enough honor points, you'll be untouchable on Blue World. A top-tier exorcist stands far above all forms of authority. And back in the prison, the way the guards treated us made it pretty obvious.
A top-tier exorcist stands above all authority. Since I'm here now, I'll train hard and hunt beasts. Richard Lawson. Sending me to prison actually did me a favor. Once I get out, the Lawson family will meet its end.
New recruit reporting in.
Name? Blue World ID number?
David Lawson.
ID number is?
LXHT 6520215545.
You're an ordinary human?
Yes.
Coming here as a normal human is suicide. Are you crazy?
He's my apprentice. I brought him here.
A silver exorcist, advanced post-heaven stage. You're qualified to bring someone, but a word of warning, don't go to the Grand Canyon. It's full of Tier 2 beasts. Going there is suicide.
Don't worry. We also have a gold exorcist in our squad.
Congratulations on becoming an Iron Exorcist. Killing a Tier 1 beast earns you 1 point. A Tier 2 gives you 2. Since you are an inmate with a 15-year sentence, you need to accumulate 5,475 points to clear your sentence. Remember, kills only count if you wear your medal. Also, in the wild, it's strictly forbidden to use any firearms. Gunfire triggers a beast horde. Whoever shoots, dies.
Understood. It feels just like entering a video game world. Shooting a gun triggers a beast horde? Master, with your 900-year sentence, wouldn't you need over 300,000 points to get out?
I've been in Ironvale prison for 6 years. I only have over 40,000 points. I'm not even a gold exorcist yet. At my current kill rate, it'll take me 50 years to get out, but I probably won't live that long, unless I reach the innate stage to extend my life.
How long is Senior Quinn's sentence?
Don't pry into Senior Quinn's affairs. Even if I knew, I couldn't tell you. If Senior Quinn wants to tell you, you just listen. All you need to know is that Senior Quinn's sentence is double mine and Jessica Storm's combined. That's enough. And Senior Quinn will soon be promoted to a gold exorcist.
Getting bronze exorcist takes $10,000. Upgrading to silver takes $100,000. Serena is almost gold. Doesn't she have around $800,000? That's enough to clear a 2,000-year sentence. Offsetting all those years, and she's still locked up. Did she slaughter an entire city or what? If I want to get out, I only need $5,475.
Only need?
That is an astronomical number for you. Just watch from the perimeter tonight. Don't get yourself killed.
5,475 points. Then I'll just slaughter 5,000 beasts. Richard Lawson, just you wait. My path of revenge starts right here, with this very medal.
Get in.
Let's go.
Basic 8 Extremes Fist reached beginner. Mood, excellent. Fighting spirit surging. Technique proficiency plus 20 per minute.
I didn't do anything, but I've already reached beginner. The practical combat experience of fighting monsters with it has all flooded into my mind. This is incredible.
Northern Abyss. Art proficiency 2,500/10,000.
At this rate, in just a few hours it'll probably reach the adept stage. Isn't this way too fast? If I level up this quickly, and these 3 monsters notice, won't they get suspicious? What if they think I'm hiding some ultimate treasure and decide to dissect me? But these techniques are too relentless. I can't stop them even if I try.
Why the sigh, apprentice?
Master, I'm actually Richard Lawson's illegitimate son. To protect his real son, he bribed witnesses and sent me to prison to take the fall.
Richard Lawson? That notorious freeloader actually has the guts to pull a bait and switch like this?
Yeah, he framed me. He betrayed me. If I ever get out of here, I swear I'll get my revenge.
You probably don't know this, but behind Richard Lawson is the Iron Vale Lee family. The old man of the Lee family, Gerald Lee, is a genuine, innate stage expert. As long as Gerald Lee is alive, the Lawson family won't fall. Even if you train in the Rift World your whole life, wanting to destroy a family guarded by an innate stage expert is just a pipe dream. Kid.
You just have to swallow this loss. What are you going to get revenge with?
As long as I'm still breathing, I will get my revenge. Be it the Lawsons or the Lees, anyone in my way dies. So these are the beasts.
We can't drive any further. Disciple, you stay up here and watch. Don't go down under any circumstances. Let's go.
This speed. It's like a speeding car. So this is the destructive power of the innate stage. One day, I will reach this realm too.
Hey kid, enjoying the show?
Scarlet Hood told me that if I ever meet strangers in the Rift, watch out, because murder isn't illegal here. Who are you? My master is Scarlet Hood. She's right down there.
Scarlet Hood. That witch killed our junior brother and stole our blade manual. Since you're her disciple, we'll sacrifice your blood to the heavens today.
In your next life, don't pick the wrong master. Trash like you wants to fight us to the death. Are you even worthy?
This kid looks so frail. A mere mortal dares to fight back with such strength?
Trash like you dares to say I'm not worthy?
You have a death wish. Get him, all of you. Chop him up and feed him to the beasts.
I'm no match for them. Not to mention there's that incredibly strong old witch. I only landed that hit because they were off guard. The only way out now is to run. Even if I fall to my death, I won't die to these scrubs.
Stop chasing him. This kid's just a mortal. A fall from this height, he's dead for sure. Scarlet Hood is nearby. If she finds out we killed her apprentice, we'll be in deep trouble.
Yes, sect leader.
Look! What is that? It looks like a person. What a genius. Someone came to the Rift World just to roll down a slope? How weak can you be?
David Lawson. Damaged meridians. Multiple fractures. He's lucky to be alive. My apprentice.
How did you roll down the mountain?
I ran into some guys from the Four Blades sect. They wanted to kill me to avenge their junior brother. I had no choice but to run down the slope. But who knew it was so steep?
I'm gonna go kill them. You made this mess. Isn't it normal for your apprentice to take the fall? Let's get him to the camp for treatment first. In his condition, it'll take 2 to 3 months to recover. I know why you took him as your apprentice. But at your advanced post-heaven stage, even if you succeed, you'll only hit peak post-heaven stage. And even if you reach the peak, you probably still can't leave this prison, let alone get revenge.
This kid has good talent. He'll definitely surpass you in the future. Why not think about it differently? Letting him get revenge for you might be better. Besides, haven't you noticed? This kid seems to know what the Northern Abyss art is really used for. Of course, that's between master and apprentice. I'm just giving you some advice.
Senior Quinn, are you saying?
He has the potential to reach the innate stage.
I didn't say that. The innate stage isn't that easy to reach, but he has a chance. You've seen his talent. Are you really going to destroy this perfect revenge pawn? It's up to you. You can destroy him and go get yourself killed for revenge, or train him to crush your enemies for you. Your choice.
I almost died before I even got started.
Multiple fractures and damaged meridians, at least 2 months of bed rest. During this time, practicing martial arts is strictly forbidden.
Got it.
Master, where are you taking me?
To the rift. From Blue World, the rift is on the cliff. The return point is by the pond. Were you scared today? This rift world is far more brutal than you think.
I was. But if I can't handle this much danger, how can I ever get revenge?
You've got guts. Do you realize even Grandmaster level top experts venturing deep into the rift rarely make it out intact? The danger here is absolutely limitless.
It even kills Grandmasters. This place really is a treasure trove. Master, once my wounds heal, I'll be back.
Hurt this badly and not afraid to die. His first thought is to come back. Maybe one day, he really can help me get revenge. Let's go back to Blue World.
Where are we?
Looks like we have to walk a bit. Our landing spot this time is on the other side. That's the annoying part. It randomly teleports us to the beaches on either side of the cliff. This broken wheel.
What is it, Master?
You're so smart, apprentice. Since you've learned the basics of the Northern Abyss art, you must have guessed my true purpose in teaching you this technique, right?
Did she figure it out? Is she going to silence me?
After all, the Northern Abyss art is quite straightforward at the end. Now that you've grasped the basics, it's normal you figured it out. Just say it out loud. Even if you know, I won't make my move ahead of time.
Yeah, I already figured it out. Take their inner force with minimal harm and store it in your own core. That's what the technique's last line says. Master, you want to wait until my power grows, then use me as a vessel and drain me dry, right? My mom used to say, nobody in this world is nice to you for nothing. But I'm a tough guy. If you try to kill me and drain my power, even if I die, I'll bite a chunk of flesh right off your bones. Ha ha ha!
You've got guts, kid. Senior Quinn was right. Using you as a vessel would be a complete waste. Let me ask you this. I taught you the technique and led you onto the martial path. Aren't you grateful?
Of course I am.
Good. I've changed my mind. My enemy is the Ironvale Storm family. Their leader, Edward Storm, is at the advanced innate stage. I only ask one thing of you. Once you become strong enough, destroy the Storm family for me. Back at the advanced post-heaven stage, I was young and proud. I accidentally offended Leon Storm. Ignoring martial world rules, he slaughtered my whole family. To get my revenge, I killed Leon's entire family. Over 30 people, all dead. Then I turned myself in, because I knew it was the only way to escape the Storm family's assassins.
What was Leon's stage?
Just the minor post-heaven stage. He wasn't the scary one. His father was. As for Edward Storm in Ironvale, aside from the Exorcist commander who can keep him in check, everyone else steers clear of him. Also, let me tell you something about Senior Quinn. He used to be the Azure Dragon Society's boss. He ruled Ironvale, but Edward broke through to the advanced innate stage first. Two tigers can't share one mountain. Edward turned against Senior Quinn, and ultimately Senior Quinn was sent to prison by Edward himself. If you can get Senior Quinn's support, there is hope for my revenge. And you can get out of here sooner. But the premise is, you have to impress him and win his favor.
Deal. As long as you live long enough, I promise to bring you Edward Storm's head.
Great. It's a promise.
Northern Abyss Art Proficiency, 3,500. Realm EXP 790. 8 Extremes Fist Proficiency, 1,800.
Mountain Breaker Fist. Look at 8 Extremes Fist. It's already at the entry level. What are you dawdling for? If you don't work harder, you belong in the trash. And you, 8 Extremes Fist, getting cocky just hitting entry level? Grind harder if you don't want to be replaced. Warning.
Mountain Breaker Fist has felt intense humiliation. Entering Berserk Auto Cultivation Mode. Proficiency plus 40 per minute. 8 Extremes Fist's dignity has been damaged. Beginning Cross-Tier Beast Challenge. Proficiency plus 50.
Great. The more I use this system, the better I get at it. Who says verbal discipline is useless? It's pretty effective. I shouldn't provoke them anymore. If I push too hard, I'll suffer chi deviation. My skin is itching all over, and my bones are slowly growing.
Realm EXP is maxed out. Congratulations, host. Successfully advanced to the entry body tempering stage, commencing first marrow cleansing, fully restoring the damaged body.
It hurts.
Disciple, what's wrong? Did your wounds get worse? His muscles are twitching. His injuries are healing so fast. What is this? He advanced to the body tempering stage? This is impossible. Since I taught him the Northern Abyss art, at the very most, it's only been 4 hours, and he broke through to the body tempering stage. He is simply a 1 in a million martial arts genius. I've really hit the jackpot.
Master, how did my injuries heal?
Do you know what just happened to you?
I think I reached the body tempering stage.
He actually knows it, since he knows he's in the body tempering stage. It proves that he must be aware of his own training progress. Yes, you just advanced to the body tempering stage. Your body got strengthened, healing your injuries in the process. Tell me, how did you train? Did you feel anything special?
I just followed the technique you taught me, ran it for a bit, and somehow broke through.
Ran it for a bit. Back in my day, going from a mortal to the body tempering stage took me a whole month, and my master even called me a once-in-a-century genius. My master once told me, some possess the martial prodigy physique. They're naturally gifted in martial arts. For them, training is as easy as eating or drinking. A casual try for them equals a lifetime of effort for others. And you might just have the martial prodigy physique.
Martial prodigy physique? What the heck is that? I'm a genius who has a system cheat.
4 hours. Only 4 hours. The legendary, once-in-a-10,000-years martial prodigy physique. It actually exists, and he became my disciple. Martial prodigy physique. My disciple has the martial prodigy physique. My disciple!
Northern Abyss art auto grind successful. Successfully broke through to the adept stage. Realm EXP plus 200.
True Chi manifestation. Northern Abyss art at the adept stage. What kind of monster are you?
This is true Chi manifestation. He just started a few hours ago. How could he possibly reach the adept stage?
Senior Quinn, what's going on?
His technique is actually running on its own, endlessly tempering his body and nourishing his meridians. I've lived most of my life, and this is the very first time I've seen such an incredible physique.
That's right. Just look at whose disciple he is. I have a great eye for talent. I could tell right away that he had the rare martial prodigy physique. Good boy. He's like an uncut gem. David, Old Hood has nothing left to teach you. Hurry and take me as your master. I'll teach you all my secret techniques. Jessica, have you no shame? I took him as my disciple first. What gives you the right to steal him? In the martial world, skill makes the master. My cultivation is higher than yours. I'm more than qualified to teach him. Why should you get him all to yourself?
Enough! Shut up, both of you! With David's talent, learning your superficial tricks would be a total waste. I will take him as my disciple.
Earlier, Senior Quinn totally ignored David and was so cold. Now she's fighting to take him in. What a huge turnaround. I want you as my disciple too. Besides, there's no rule that you can only have one master, right? Senior Quinn is your first master, so I'll be your second. Get lost. Why? I took him in first. Senior Quinn can be the first, but I must be the second. You're the third.
Want to be my masters? Perfect. I just happen to need advanced techniques and martial skills. The more masters, the better. It's the perfect chance to learn more skills. Disciple greets the Grand Master. Good.
From today on, you are my, Serena's, head disciple. Old Hood discovered you first, so she's your second master, and Jess will be your third.
Fine. Third master it is. Listen up. Your third master will now teach you the authentic technique of the Infinity Sect, the Infinity Technique. This can take you straight to the Grandmaster stage. It's a top-tier technique, way better than Old Hood's incomplete and crappy art. Jessica, are you trying to kill him? The Infinity Technique and Northern Abyss art have completely opposite chi properties. They aren't compatible at all. Forcing it will cause chi deviation. I got too excited and forgot. It's true that a person can't practice two conflicting internal techniques, but Old Hood's Northern Abyss art only reaches the entry Grandmaster level. David has such great talent. Not practicing my Infinity Technique is just too much of a pity. Better than losing control. You want him dead? I'll kill you first.
All right, enough. Day in, day out. Besides arguing, what else do you do? About the technique conflict. I actually have a special technique right here that might solve this problem.
Primordial Unity Art? Senior Quinn, are you crazy? For decades, this technique has been a taboo in the martial world. No one has ever mastered it. She's right, Senior Quinn. Legend says this technique focuses on ultimate unity. Its conditions are extremely harsh. Those who force it will either lose their minds or destroy their meridians and become crippled. How can you let him take such a huge risk?
In today's martial world, no one surpasses Grandmaster because the arts are incomplete. Though Primordial Unity art is risky, it's the only hope to break the limits and fuse all methods. The martial path is deadly. But if you succeed, you will become the very first to break the martial world's ancient rules. We respect your choice, though. If you play it safe, reaching Grandmaster later is still achievable, but nothing beyond that. If you practice this art, you might lose your life or become a cripple. But if you succeed, you'll be the only one on Blue World to ever surpass Grandmaster.
Others can't do it because their techniques won't fuse, which leads to death. But I have the system. Maybe I can pull it off. Grandmaster, I'll learn it. What others can't achieve doesn't mean I can't either. If I don't even have the guts, how can I ever get revenge? Primordial Unity Art.
System is granting you instant comprehension.
Congratulations, host, on comprehending the special technique, Primordial Unity Art. You have successfully unlocked the Unity state. You can now accommodate and practice two different techniques at once.
It really works, System. You're awesome, System.
Good lad. You've got guts. Now I'll teach you the Primordial Unity Arts chant. Listen closely. Sink your chi to the core. Circulate it completely. Open up your meridians. Draw the spirit energy in. The Tao begets one. One begets two. Two begets three. Three begets all things. All things carry yin and embrace yang, blending energy to achieve harmony.
How does it feel? Can you practice it?
Did you get all that?
Third Master, I think I can practice the Infinity Technique now. After grasping the Primordial Unity Art, its essence entered my mind. This technique requires entering a special state called the Unity State. With this state, I can practice two techniques at once, running them independently.
What Unity State? I don't understand a word.
You sound exactly like my mother. She studied the Primordial Unity Art. She said it wasn't a martial art but a Taoist technique. To practice it, one must grasp a certain state. Sadly, despite 30 years of research, she never reached this state. She died in depression. And yet, you've actually succeeded. Jess, try teaching him your technique now.
Listen closely, David. Infinity means limitless. Boundless, heaven and earth. Infinity Technique successfully recorded.
It actually worked. Starting verbal discipline on Infinity Technique. As a technique that reaches Grandmaster Mastery, you can't even beat the basic Northern Abyss art. You're total trash. Northern Abyss art. You've got competition. Work harder for me.
The Infinity Technique feels deeply humiliated. Ascension will awaken. Proficiency plus 20 per minute. The Northern Abyss art senses the competition. It strives to excel. Proficiency surges to plus 160 per minute.
In the coming days, whatever you can teach him, make sure you teach it all. If he forms a martial core one day, you two will be masters of a martial core expert. It'll be truly unprecedented.
Me? A martial core expert's master?
David, and you must continue entering the rift with us to hunt beasts. In the martial realm, high cultivation doesn't mean true strength. A true powerhouse is forged through mountains of corpses and seas of blood.
Yes, Master.
Congratulations, host. You've broken through to the body tempering adept stage. Disciple, since you're fully healed, today your second master will teach you her ultimate skills. If you run into those four-blade sect scumbags,
use this blade art to finish them off.
Remember the first rule I'm teaching you. Always get your revenge, return it tenfold, and show no mercy.
This is the Deathblade Quartet. Did you catch that?
I did.
Then demonstrate it.
Deathblade Quartet successfully recorded.
Your ultimate skills will all be mine today.
I spent 20 years practicing this blade art. You only watched it once, and you completely mastered it.
You can easily mimic blade skills, but for fist arts, I don't believe you can learn them that fast. I'll demonstrate the meteor fist once. Watch closely. Blade skills just take watching and learning. You'll figure it out eventually, but fist techniques have many fine details you must note. But don't worry, I'll teach you slowly. You'll learn it eventually.
Meteor fist successfully recorded.
Master, I've learned it.
Are you kidding me? Is this what true talent is?
They say a genius's success is 99% sweat and 1% talent. Isn't it the exact opposite for him?
Old Hood style is basic. It's easy to learn. Third Master's Tang Saber isn't so easy to learn. Watch closely. Third Master will teach you the ultimate Tang Saber arts. Silkbind Blade and Smoke Step. This requires real precision. How was that? Third Master's Tang Saber and footwork aren't so easy to pick up, right? Like I said, stick with Third Master to learn the real deal.
I'll give it a try.
Silkbind Blade successfully recorded. Smoke Step successfully recorded.
All right then. Third Master will now use 10% of her power to spar with you. This is absurd. It took me 3 whole years to master this blade art, and you figured it out in an hour. How is that even fair?
Excellent. In that case, I won't hold back anymore. David, body tempering stage skills are just child's play. Today, Grandmaster will teach you a true innate technique, the Overlord Spear.
An innate technique. This is the real trump card I need for my revenge.
Did you see that clearly? This innate technique. How long will it take you to learn?
Maybe faster than you all think.
Senior Quinn, you're here. Took you long enough, Senior Quinn. Well, you did teach for hours.
In my entire life, I've learned 21 martial arts and fist techniques, practiced for 60 years, yet he took only a few hours to learn them all. David, you've learned so many martial arts today. Don't go to the rift yet. Take time to digest them in the cell.
Yes, thank you, masters.
Host's active practice detected. Triggering stacked critical rewards. Overlord Spear is highly inspired. Proficiency plus 320 per minute. 8 Extremes Fist is encouraged.
Proficiency skyrocketed to
Plus 1080% minute. Successfully reached the mastery stage. Active practice.
can actually stack with the system's idle progress. Doesn't that mean as long as I keep practicing, I can infinitely refresh the proficiency multiplier?
Warning, Northern Abyss Art and Infinity Technique are incomplete techniques, cannot handle full capacity. Forcing efficiency will cause meridian collapse. Please complete them immediately.
It's this strong even incomplete? If they were complete, wouldn't they be overpowered? But with my current strength, I can't complete them yet. Maybe one day, when I reach Grand Master, I can.
after a night of intense stacked training. Congratulations, host. You've reached the advanced body tempering stage. This aura advanced body tempering? From basic body tempering straight to advanced in one night? Am I dreaming? Back then, I was called a rare genius. It took me 3 years to get here. He did it in one night. Comparing yourself to him is just depressing.
David's talent can no longer be measured by common sense. Training behind closed doors will only limit his potential. David, tonight I'll personally take you down to the Rift World to draw some blood.
All right.
What weapon do you want to use?
A broadsword, a tang saber, or a spear? I'll rent one for you.
A broadsword. I feel like a broadsword is more fitting.
Are you looking down on the tang saber?
No, just after learning the 3 weapons and their techniques, I feel the broadsword's wide swings are perfect for a melee. The tang saber has reach, but it's hard to wield in a horde. As for Grandmaster's spearmanship, it's a bit too profound. I haven't grasped the basics yet.
Well said. Especially since right now, you haven't cultivated inner force. A broadsword really suits you best. The reason these weapons are still used is because they all have their strengths and weaknesses. It all depends on how you use them.
Tonight, I'll see how you use a broadsword to tear through a beast horde.
You two head to the canyon first. I'll take David to the river. I'll guard him myself. This time, you'll kill the beasts yourself. You could die in their jaws. Scared?
Yes, but I'm more afraid my enemies will live too long.
Good. The martial path requires an unstoppable spirit. Let's go.
Who would have thought Senior Quinn, who despised David, would favor him the most now, and even become his guide? The strong. Who wouldn't love having a powerful disciple?
That's a spike-toothed deer, a high-level Tier 1 beast. It's super fast with venomous fangs. For a newcomer to the Rift World like you, it's quite a challenge. Observe first. Don't rush in. Look for its... This kid. To think his smoke step is already this skilled.
It's fast, sure, but full of flaws to me. Deathblade Quartet. First strike. Throat slash. Deathblade Quartet. Second strike. Mountain cleave.
Host's first combat kill of a Tier 1 high-level beast. Combat experience significantly increased. Deathblade Quartet insight deepened.
Am I too strong? Or was this beast just too weak?
That Deathblade Quartet just now was executed so seamlessly. It didn't look like his first real fight. This kid's martial talent is truly extraordinary. But this Longclaw Panther is the king of Tier 1 beasts. Most at peak body tempering are no match for it. You up for this, kid?
A Longclaw Panther, king of Tier 1. Now this is getting interesting.
That's a Longclaw Panther, the apex predator of Tier 1 beasts. Even peak body tempering fighters struggle against it. It's good to be brave, but being too risky is just reckless. I must be ready to save him.
Die. Deathblade, slide, kill.
No way. This kid is ridiculously strong. With his current strength, he could probably go up against a beginner in the post-heaven stage. Most importantly, he didn't even use his full strength, yet he has absolutely zero real combat experience. How did he come up with such tricky fighting techniques? People from the Four Blades sect.
It's you.
Good memory. The other day on that steep hill, you fell down like a stray dog. Can't believe you survived. Looks like you found some good loot down there. Even managed to get a lucky kill on this beast. But your master, Scarlet Hood, sure has some nerve. Knowing our Four Blades sect is here, she still dared to send you to hunt beasts. Since we didn't finish you off before, we'll just have to kill you again today.
Careful, Tyler. This kid killed a spike-toothed deer earlier.
He might have some real skill.
You worry too much, sect leader. That spike-toothed deer he killed was definitely a lucky steal. It was probably half dead already. If he was actually strong, would he have been so scared that he tumbled down the canyon? I'll personally send you to hell today. Don't worry, I won't let you die a quick death. Die!
Sloppy footwork, unstable stance, weak core, full of openings. Deathblade Quartet, Heart Piercer.
You. How could you?
I was going to come for you later, but since you brought yourselves here, let's settle the score today.
Isn't that the Four-Blade sect leader? What happened to them? 4 against 1, and they still lost a guy. The Four-Blade sect is doomed.
Who is this young man? I've never seen him before. He actually dares to fight the Four-Blade sect.
You're dead, kid.
Scarlet Hood mentioned this sect leader just reached the post-heaven stage. I probably can't handle him yet.
Everyone else, attack. Don't let him escape.
Got it.
Yeah.
To become truly strong, you must kill those stronger than you. If he's in grave danger, I'll step in.
Deathblade Quartet, Army Sweep. Three dogs are already in hell. You're next, old dog.
A mere body-tempering beginner, killing several advanced experts. You must be hiding a secret. Today, I'm going to kill you and see what that secret really is.
Is this the explosive power of the post-heaven stage? It really is much stronger than brute force.
An ant will always be an ant. Before a post-heaven expert, you don't even have the right to look up at me.
The gap is just too wide. Fighting across major realms, without a special killer move, he has 0 chance of winning. Time to step in.
Die!
What a waste of a genius. Of all people to offend, he had to cross the Four-Blade sect. Such arrogance guarantees an early grave.
Fight me? What's going on? Oh no.
Old dog, I know more than just blade arts.
I, a post-heaven expert, am dying at the hands of a body-tempering kid. I won't accept this.
Did I see that right? That kid actually killed the Four-Blade sect leader. I did a quick count. This kid's techniques, there are at least 6 or 7. Smoke Step, Deathblade Quartet, Phantom Step, and more. He totally dominated with his techniques.
Good thing I used Phantom Step to get behind her, or she would have stabbed me.
Good. Well done.
Grandmaster.
Why run?
I killed someone. Won't they arrest me?
In the Rift World, only the strong have a voice. A few dead nobodies? The exorcists won't even bat an eye. David, the Tier 1 beasts here are no longer a challenge for you. With your talent, you don't belong in this beginner zone.
What do you mean, Master?
I'm taking you to the canyon depths. That is the real hunting ground.
Tier 2 beasts?
What? Are you scared?
I'm not scared. It's just that I only got my iron medal yesterday. I registered as a normal human, killing Tier 2s today. Won't the exorcists get suspicious? I don't want to be dissected.
You're quite cautious. But don't worry, there are many exorcists who fake their stages too. Besides, they won't care about your actual stage, as long as you can kill beasts. Let's go.
All right, before I leave the prison, I'll conquer this entire rift.
This is the territory of Tier 2 beasts. These beasts were all driven here by human grandmasters, specifically from the depths of the Rift World. They're kept here for martial artists to train.
Powerful grandmasters, keeping beasts captive.
The Blue World Federation hones skills through combat. Without real, bloody battles, a forcefully raised cultivation level is useless. You need to be careful. The power of Tier 2 beasts is far beyond Tier 1. That's Edward Storm, the head of the Ironvale Storm family.
An enemy?
Your second master once killed the daughter-in-law of the Storm family and her entire family of 30. Edward Storm hates her to the bone. We absolutely can't let him find out she's here too. Go into the beast pack immediately and find your second master. Tell her to retreat right away. You should also hide in the chaos. Whatever you do, don't expose your connection with us.
Understood. Be careful, Master.
David, why did you come alone? Where's your Grandmaster?
Retreat, Master. Second Master, retreat. Grandmaster sent me to warn you. Edward Storm and the Storm family are coming down.
That old bastard Edward Storm. He actually led a team to the Rift World. David, watch your back. I'm out of here.
Got it, Second Master.
Look who it is. Isn't this the once mighty boss Quinn of Ironvale?
Thanks to you. I'm doing just fine.
We're old friends after all. No need to be so distant. Are you all blind? Greet her properly. How did I teach you to call her?
Old Lady Quinn!
Edward Storm! Don't get too cocky. Once I get out of prison, I'll settle the score with you.
Out of prison? Do you really think you'll make it out alive from Central Penitentiary?
What? Does the Storm family head plan to kill me in this rift? Even if you defeat me with my dying breath, I'd still kill everyone behind you.
Relax. I won't kill you. But even if you get out of prison, you're no threat to me. You've been locked up for 10 years. Do you know what's happened outside? You think I'm still at advanced innate stage?
Could you already be at peak innate stage?
Not yet, but I'm close. So with your innate adept cultivation, you won't make any waves out there. For old time's sake, I'll give you a way out. I heard Scarlet Hood is in the same cell as you. What she did completely humiliated the Storm family. As long as before you get out, you rip off Scarlet's head and bring it to me. Once you're out, the Storm family won't trouble you.
What? Trade my sister's life for my own? Edward Storm, do you take me for a backstabbing animal like you? The day I get out, the blood debt your family owes me, I'll collect it drop by drop.
Collect a debt? With your meager innate adept cultivation, Serena? You didn't naively think that overnight the one who wiped out your Azure Dragon Society was just my Storm family.
What do you mean?
Good boy. This old life of mine, and our future revenge. Everything is resting on your shoulders. We shouldn't stay here long. Edward Storm, that old fox, once he realizes what's happening, with you by my side, he might try to attack you secretly. Let's head back to the cell immediately.
All right, I'll listen to you. My cultivation speed is too slow. I need to improve faster. System, push it to the absolute limit. If I, the host, am cultivating this hard, how dare you techniques and martial arts rest? Who do you think you are? If I, the host, am cultivating this hard, how dare you techniques and martial arts rest? Who do you think you are?
Primordial, Unity Art, and Northern Abyss Art are severely stimulated. Cultivation speed increased to maximum. Congratulations, host. Foundation accumulation complete. Cultivation successfully broken through to peak body tempering stage.
Big news! Huge, massive news! What are you yelling about? Did the sky fall? Or did that old fart Edward Storm die? 2 Grandmaster stage experts discovered a huge patch of soulgrass at the edge of the Riftworld desert. The exorcists are urgently recruiting. In 7 days, they'll go harvest it. Soulgrass? That stuff can instantly boost someone's martial insight. A single stalk is priceless. That guy Edward Storm took so many people to the Riftworld, probably just for that. Exactly. But the key is, for every stalk of soulgrass handed in, you get 100 points. If you gather 50 stalks, you can exchange them for 5,000 points. That's enough to trade for early release.
I just need over 5,000 points to get out. Mission in 7 days? I'm in.
David. The minimum requirement for this mission is a post-heaven stage martial artist. While your combat power is amazing, you're still in the body tempering phase. You can't even sign up. Sigh, the post-heaven stage is a hard rule. You still have a long way to go before reaching the post-heaven stage. Just wait for the next one.
No, I have to go. Perfect timing. Tomorrow I will advance to the post-heaven stage. These are clan disciples? They can't even fight. Why do they get Blue World's top resources?
Clans monopolize. Rogues risk their lives. That's the cruel reality. The reality.
Once I get stronger, this reality will be rewritten.
I believe in you. Go down and kill the beasts. Push yourself to the limit.
All right. Dragon Step. 4 Seasons Blade Art. Winter's End.
Who is this kid? He is slicing tear. 2 beasts like it is nothing.
That's the 4 Seasons Blade Art. And it's definitely at the mastery level. So fierce!
This kid was probably born to be a beast-killing machine.
Post-heaven stage. I did it. Just reached the initial post-heaven stage. Let's test it out on you.
Mountain Breaker Fist!
This is Piercing Force. The force pierced the flesh and shattered its organs. You just reached the initial post-heaven stage. How could you master Piercing Force meant for the peak post-heaven stage?
My arm hurts a bit. Looks like my body directly bearing the burst of Piercing Force is still a bit much. I wonder if I can channel Piercing Force through a blade. It's shattered.
Piercing. Projected Piercing Force. Monster. You're an absolute monster. Do you have any idea? Projected Piercing Force is the sign of a half-step innate stage. The blade shattered because it couldn't withstand your power.
Grandmaster, my weapon's gone. What now?
Get a new one, of course. You're at the initial post-heaven stage now. It's time to upgrade to meteorite weapons. Your Grandmaster will find you a meteorite blade and spear.
Days later. 2 days later. Post-heaven adept stage. Techniques maxed out. Once the techniques are fused, I wonder if I can break the proficiency limit. System, fuse my techniques.
Compatible techniques detected. Fusing. Fusion complete. System has recorded a new technique, Northern Infinity Art.
The training efficiency of this Northern Infinity Art inherits the previous two, but the proficiency needed to level up shot up by 10 times. However, the second half of the technique mentions condensing essence. Scarlet Hood once said, after Grandmaster comes the martial core. This essence condensation has to be the secret to surpassing Grandmaster. If my guess is correct, then I really have a shot at rising above Grandmaster, breaking the limits of Blue World. System, keep pushing. This efficiency just isn't enough.
Host trains hard in Northern Infinity Art, feeling inspired. Training efficiency plus 640 per minute. Warning, technique incomplete. Cannot upgrade further. Please perfect the technique.
Reach the limit. It seems this tampered, flawed technique, even the system cannot force past its limit. Grandmaster, you can teach me a new technique now.
You really fused it? What level is it? Can it break past Grandmaster?
I'm not sure, but it mentioned a new path called essence condensation. It's just that this technique requires you to cultivate 2 different types of chi as a foundation. No one else can use it. As for how to condense it, I guess I'll have to wait until peak Grandmaster to know.
Good boy. If I can personally train a monster above the Grandmaster level, I'll be bragging about it even in hell. Listen well, my technique is called the Seabound technique. All rivers run into the sea, and its greatness lies in its capacity.
Seabound technique recorded. Seabound technique.
So you're the newbie. Why are you so weak? Look at the other techniques. They're all your seniors. Shouldn't you be working harder?
Seabound technique is provoked. It's determined to improve. Current efficiency plus 160 per minute.
Auto-training 2 techniques at once. This leveling speed. Awesome. Before the gathering mission in 7 days, I will reach the peak post-heaven stage. System. Let's check my techniques and skills. The techniques fused. But there are so many skills, I wonder if the skills can also be fused together. But the primordial unity art seems to only fuse techniques.
Since you've fused a new technique, David, you should understand, no technique in this world is complete.
Right. Techniques are incomplete, but skills seem to be intact. Why is that?
Ancient rulers wanted to secure their power. They kept skills, not techniques. They preserved the skills entirely, so soldiers could fight in battle, but they altered all cultivation techniques, limiting a martial artist's potential. In this world, there absolutely are complete techniques that are unaltered. The legends of earthly immortals surpassing grandmasters are hard proof.
Limiting the potential. With the system, one day I'll break this rule myself. Grandmaster, to the Rift World. Before the gathering mission, I'll push my power to the limit.
All right. As long as you finish this mission flawlessly, you'll get out of prison early.
Bring it on. Mountain Breaker Fist. Double Piercing Force.
Congratulations, host. Breakthrough to peak post-heaven stage. Seabound technique proficiency maxed. Cultivation perfected.
My strength is at 50,000 pounds. With Piercing Force, right now, at my current level, I doubt anyone can beat me.
This kid broke through 2 stages in 5 days. He's practically an emotionless killing machine. In our entire lives, the only thing we did right was taking him in as our disciple.
Excellent. With your current strength, forget the peak post-heaven stage. Even ordinary innate stage beginners are no match for you at all. Let's go. Tonight, we gather the soul grass. And while we're at it, we'll go deal with the high and mighty Langdon family.
Grandmaster, this gathering mission is only for post-heaven stage. Are there this many of them in Iron Vale?
80% are just here to watch. A Grandmaster is leading today. They all want to try their luck.
Grandmaster, that's the Storm family. Michael is here too, but from what I know about him, he hasn't reached the post-heaven stage yet. Could it be that these family kids can go gather soul grass without any cultivation limits?
That's the power of the great families. They have privileges. Did you see Victor Lawson?
No.
Victor Lawson's martial talent is poor. Henry Lawson spent a lot of resources on him, but he only reached the early body tempering stage. Therefore, Victor Lawson usually manages the family business. He barely practices martial arts. I did see Henry Lawson, though. David, how about getting your revenge today?
No. A Grandmaster is present today. The Storm family is also here. If you make a move now, Edward Storm will tear you apart. Focus on the big picture.
I know. I'm just teasing David.
That's the old master of the Lawson family, Victor Lawson's father.
Senior Quinn, say, if Henry Lawson knew his useless son sent a martial prodigy straight to prison and out of the Lawson family, how would he react?
I'd say they missed their chance. If he hadn't done that, how could we have taken in such a good disciple?
Whoa. Oh.
Flying on Chi, a Grandmaster's signature.
Old Ben the Whitebrow. He really reached the Grandmaster stage and regained his youth. I didn't expect the Iron Vale Exorcist Commander to be him.
Move out.
Keep up, we can't drive in the desert. He's using speed to weed out the weak. Even though the Rift World gave the great families privileges, if they're too weak to keep up, they'll still be eliminated.
Flying on Chi, treating everyone like mere ants. Is this the power of a Grandmaster? One day, I will surpass the Grandmaster stage and make you all look up to me. Grandmaster, this desert at night, why is it still so hot?
That's just how this desert is. It doesn't cool down at night. There must be a heat source underneath, constantly releasing heat to the surface. Scarlet, Jess, you two be careful. This desert is full of Tier 3 beasts. Tier 3 beasts can use Chi for long-range attacks.
Senior Quinn singled us out, but she didn't warn David. She really trusts his strength. I never would have thought David was just an ordinary guy 10 days ago. Yet 10 days later, he can actually rival Senior Quinn. There's a whole cavern under this lake.
Grandmaster, with a hole this big, how does the water stay in the lake?
There's a formation at the entrance. It gathers spiritual energy to keep the water out, and Benjamin White shattered its barrier with one strike.
A formation?
Yes, it's a lost art. No one in the martial world can cast them now. Only some ancient ones remain, but most have stopped working.
The formation is broken. You have 3 minutes to enter. The water will return after that. If you miss it, you're on your own. This is Soulgrass, Riftworld Cavern, Riftworld Cavern. Everyone, spread out and harvest. Remember, its power lies in the roots. Be careful when you dig. If the roots are damaged, the soulgrass is useless. If anyone ruins too many roots while harvesting, don't blame me for kicking you out.
Let's split up and gather. With Benjamin White here, no one will cause trouble. Any soulgrass we collect goes to David first. We need to get David out of prison.
Grandmaster, you really don't have to. I've killed enough beasts lately to rack up over 2,000 points. I only need 30 more stalks to get out.
It's fine. It's better to have more than not enough.
This stuff is too delicate. Digging it up is harder than killing beasts.
David Lawson.
It really is you. I thought I had the wrong guy. A useless piece of trash with no cultivation like you. You didn't die in prison? And you dare sneak into the Rift World? Tell me, whose past did you steal? Believe me, I can cripple you right now and send you back to prison to rot.
I brought him in. Do you have a problem with that? Got a problem?
Such a powerful aura. Grandpa, come quick!
Boss Quinn, long time no see.
Are we that close? When your father was alive, even he called me Senior Quinn. You're just his son, yet you dare call me Boss Quinn? Have you forgotten your place?
Senior Quinn, I don't know what issues my grandson has with you, but for the Lawson family's sake, please let him go this time.
Does the Lawson family have any face with me, let alone you? Even if your old father, who's been dead for over a decade, crawled out of his grave, he wouldn't have any face with me either. Your grandson provoked my disciple. You tell me to let him go, and I just let him go?
Damn it. The Lawson family may be powerful in Ironvale, but we still fall short of the Azure Dragon Society. Even if the society is gone now, Serena is still not someone I can mess with.
Oh, who's throwing their weight around? Ah, it's the former Boss Quinn of the Azure Dragon Society. What? Does a prisoner think she can act tough in front of an Ironvale noble family? Henry, did you know? This kid David Lawson is the bastard child that woman from the Lawson family left behind. Such a pity his bloodline is impure. He's just a bastard with no father to teach him.
What did you say, old geezer? Say it again if you dare.
You little bastard, say that again.
Old fart. Old mongrel. You fatherless piece of trash.
David, you're way too honest. You shouldn't just tell the truth like that.
You're asking to die.
Is this David, the illegitimate son your father mentioned?
Yes, that's him. Can't believe that bastard got so lucky. He went to prison and got an innate stage master. Grandpa, will Serena help David go against the Lawson family?
Just stay out of it. Focus on reaching the post-heaven stage.
Yes, Grandpa.
Serena, hand this foul-mouthed brat over to me, and I won't hold this against you. Otherwise, today will be your burial ground.
Edward Storm, if you were absolutely certain you could beat me, you wouldn't be wasting your breath. I've endured you for 10 years. I told you, the moment I get out, it'll be the day you die.
It's been 10 years. Let's see how much a stray dog like you has improved.
Aren't you two crossing a line? I brought you here to gather soul grass, not for you to settle personal grudges.
You're right, Uncle Ben.
Serena, it's been 15 years. I never expected the Quinn family to fall to such a state. Back then, your father was one step from the Grandmaster stage.
He had too many hidden injuries, and he forced a breakthrough anyway, so...
Grandmaster Ben, this brat showed zero respect and insulted me. He needs to answer to me today.
Answer to you? I said. Personal grudges shouldn't be settled here. Don't think I don't know who's backing you. But that doesn't give you the right to bargain with me.
Grandmaster Ben, you probably don't know this yet. Master Samuel Langdon of Metropolis is about to reach Grandmaster Adept. Moreover, my Storm family will soon marry into the Langdon family. I'd advise you to think carefully. For a mere prisoner, offending a family that will soon have 2 Grandmasters, is it really worth it?
2 Grandmasters?
Using Samuel Langdon to pressure me? Go ahead and try. Let's see if I dare to cut you down right now.
Is Ben out of his mind? Or is he really not afraid of the Langdons? Normally, after I said all that, he should have just stayed out of it. But judging by his attitude, he's going to see this through. You got lucky this time, Serena. Don't think hiding in prison makes you safe. Just you wait.
Thanks for stepping in, Uncle Ben.
Serena, I can protect you for now, but I can't protect you forever. Edward Storm wasn't lying. Once Samuel Langdon reaches Grandmaster Adept, the Storm family will exploit his power. By then, they'll more than likely storm into Central Penitentiary without hesitation and start a bloody purge for revenge.
Thank you for the warning, Uncle Ben.
Grandmaster's storming the prison. Looks like I need to get stronger. Fast. I'll make sure they never leave alive.
Congratulations, host. You've advanced to the innate entry stage.
So this is innate energy. My meridians have doubled. My power, it's easily over 10 times stronger than the post-heaven stage.
Good kid, go wash up now. And then, try using piercing force to control your innate energy.
Got it.
Projecting piercing force. You control it even better than I do. In that case, you can try an advanced level, double piercing force. First, coat your weapon with innate energy. Then use piercing force through the weapon to project the energy outward.
Let me try.
You did it on the first try. You try that again. My 60 years of martial faith has completely shattered.
Grandmaster, I want to go to the yard to test out the double piercing force's actual combat power. Let's spar a bit.
No way. You're already at the innate stage now, and you know double piercing force. If you hit me with that, my old bones would just fall apart.
So annoying. I shouldn't have used double piercing force. Just great. Now I can't even find an opponent. Grandmaster Quinn, if I trigger piercing force with my body, channel it into my weapon, and then into my chi, couldn't I unleash triple piercing force?
Triple piercing force? No one's ever tried that before. Careful, a chi backlash could hurt you.
This spear won't do. It can't withstand the power.
Wait here, I'll get the real deal. This is my Quinn family's heirloom, the meteorite pike. Forged entirely from pure meteorite, its quality far exceeds standard exorcist weapons. Try this pike out.
Truly an heirloom meteorite pike. It feels completely different. No, my innate chi isn't strong enough. It dissipates instantly.
Innate chi has a fixed intensity. It cannot be changed. This path is a dead end.
If it can't be changed internally, what about externally? What if I do what the Dantian does and make the innate chi spin at the spear tip to compress it?
David, stop! Doing it this way, if the chi goes out of control, you'll hurt yourself.
Now, triple piercing force.
You really pulled it off. In the entire martial domain, very few know double piercing force, let alone triple. You're an absolute monster.
Northern Infinity Art mastered.
System. Fuse Northern Infinity Art and Seabound technique.
Fusion successful. Please name the new technique.
Let's call it Myriad Fusion Art.
Technique successfully recorded as Myriad Fusion Art. Host created a new technique, rewarding 30,000 Myriad Fusion Art proficiency points. Myriad Fusion Art initiated. Feeling joyful and striving for progress. Cultivation efficiency increased to 1,600 per minute. Technique incomplete. Cannot upgrade further. Please perfect the technique.
Incomplete again. The Northern Infinity Art from before had a starting proficiency of 10,000. This one is 30,000. The proficiency required to initiate them has a huge gap. And the Northern Abyss Art and Infinity Technique only needed 1,000 to initiate. The Northern Infinity Art needed 10,000. That's exactly 10 times the difference. This time, the Myriad Fusion Art. This proves that the higher the starting proficiency of a technique, the higher the bottleneck will be after fusion. So what I need to do is find more powerful techniques and fuse them. Grandmaster. I still need more Grandmaster techniques to fuse them into a higher tier technique.
That's tough. On Blue World, techniques reaching advanced Grandmaster are only about a dozen. They're all monopolized by top factions and great families. I can't get them on short notice.
If I don't have more techniques to rely on, then later on, even if I have the potential to surpass a Grandmaster, the incomplete technique will stop me from breaking through.
Actually, I have a manual here. And it can take you beyond a Grandmaster. Scarlet the Witch, you had this good stuff and you just kept it hidden? This is the legacy of my Wanderer sect. The Wanderer's art is quite cursed. Since the Martial Awakening, no one in our sect used it to reach the innate stage. It only wiped us out. If you want to learn this technique, David, you must bear the blood feud of my Wanderer sect. The enemies are extremely terrifying. Do you still dare to learn it?
I do.
I'm now passing down a technique to you called the Wanderer's Art.
The Wanderer's Art technique has been successfully recorded.
What? Why is the initial proficiency so low? This can only reach the post-heaven stage at best. Second Master, are you sure this Wanderer's Art can cultivate past the Grandmaster stage?
Do you feel that there's something wrong with it? This is exactly how my master passed it down to me. As for whether it can reach past the Grandmaster stage, I'm not sure myself. After the martial arts revival, no one from the Wanderer sect ever reached the innate stage. Later, many people switched to the Northern Abyss Art. Gradually, these people split from the Wanderer sect and formed the Northern Abyss sect.
I feel like reaching the post-heaven stage with this art is the absolute limit. Could it be that this Wanderer's Art is also incomplete? Wanderer's Art. Look, the Northern Abyss Art is already perfected. You two share the same roots. If you have any pride, you'd better step it up.
Wanderer's Art heavily stimulated. Auto-cultivation initiated. Inheriting all traits of the Northern Abyss Art. Instantly perfected. New technique's initial proficiency has exceeded 1 million. How did they automatically fuse? And the initial proficiency is 100,000?
Could the Wanderer's Art and Northern Abyss Art be the exact same technique? Second Master, is this the Martial Core? The Martial Core. The legendary realm really exists. The Wanderer's Art is actually the Northern Abyss Art's follow-up technique. Only by first bringing the Northern Abyss Art to perfection can one use the Wanderer's Art to break past the Grandmaster stage.
No wonder.
For a century, no one in the Wanderer sect reached the innate stage. It was split.
Old Hood, we've been friends for so long. Come on, teach me. You can learn if you're like David, capable of mastering all arts.
Or you scatter all your cultivation now and restart the Northern Abyss Art. Do you dare?
Pretend I never asked.
Since I've cultivated the Wanderer's Art, I must do what I promised, Second Master.
Second Master, I have mastered the technique. Now you can tell me. The enemy who wiped out the Wanderer sect back then, who is it?
The Omnifaith sect.
Peak Grandmaster Stage, Charles Lee.
Telling David will only get him killed. David, Charles Lee is extremely dangerous. He steals techniques from all sects. His power ranks top 3 in the martial world. Without peak Grandmaster strength, you must never provoke him.
Top 3? Once I form my martial core, I'll slaughter him like a dog. Don't worry, Masters, I know what I'm doing.
Congratulations, host. You've reached the Grandmaster stage.
Spiritual energy projection.
The kid really broke through to Grandmaster. From when he started training, it's barely been a month. Us old folks are completely left in his dust.
I just knew this kid was something else. Once we get out, let's see who dares to mess with us.
David, with your current strength, the Storm family is nothing to fear. When do you plan to leave the prison?
No rush. Once I become a gold exorcist, I'll go out and take my time with them.
At your current speed, it'll probably take a year to become a gold exorcist.
Now that I'm at the Grandmaster stage, killing Tier 3 beasts will be much more efficient. In 10 days at most, I'll be a gold exorcist. That's the day I'll leave this place. Could this be...
Congratulations, host! True Key has liquefied. Breakthrough to the essence condensation stage successful.
If the essence condensation stage is this terrifying, once I form a martial core, who in this world could stop me? I used to be terrified of you all. But now, slaughtering you is a piece of cake.
Over 1 million points in 10 days. Promoted to a gold exorcist.
And he's under 20. Recorded as immortal. The exorcist ranking system in Ironvale must have made a mistake, right?
There is no mistake. I've seen his combat footage of him slaying beasts. He is at least at the Grandmaster level.
At the Grandmaster stage under 20? You're not kidding, are you? His file says he was immortal just 7 months ago.
Could the legendary martial prodigy physique actually exist?
Ready to get out?
Yes, Grandmaster.
Don't rush into revenge once you're out. Go to this place and find a man named Seven Ghosts. He was the strategist for the Azure Dragon Society. He can help you gather all the intel on your enemies. If you're interested, you could even take over the Azure Dragon Society's remnants.
Understood.
Go on. Grandmaster already covered everything. I don't have much else to say. Just be careful out there. Don't make me wait all these years for nothing.
David, I got my revenge a long time ago, but my kidnapped daughter is still missing to this day. If you gain any power out there, please ask around for me. If you can't find her, just let it go.
Third Master ran a dojo before prison. She had a lovely daughter, but she was kidnapped. No idea where she was sold. In a fit of rage, she killed the culprit's whole family. While searching for her daughter, she was caught by the exorcists. Don't worry, my masters. Once I slay my enemies and clear my name, I'll come back to get you out. Then, we'll crush all our enemies together.
Go. Go be a free man. From now on, no one on Earth can stop you.
David, stay out of trouble on the outside.
Do I look like a bad guy to you?
Look, man, it's just protocol. Just a routine reminder. I'm just a guard here. I don't even know what you did. Is a little reminder so wrong? He's flying! A grand master. I just told a grand master to stay out of trouble.
Sorry, we're not open yet.
Azure Dragon greets the moon.
Azure Dragon greets the moon. You must be the young Master Senior Quinn mentioned.
Young Master? What's going on? Grandmaster told me to find you, but she didn't mention anything about being a young master.
Boss Quinn wrote me a letter recently. She said whoever says, Azure Dragon greets the moon is the young master. If you want to lead the society, I'll gather our remaining members. If you don't want to, I'll just provide you with intel.
I'm David Lawson. Grandmaster Quinn sent me to you for intel, and to see how many people the Azure Dragon Society has left.
Of the 4 protectors, 2 are dead and 1 is crippled. The 8 Hall Masters were wiped out. The veterans are either dead or crippled. The only capable fighters now are the ones I've secretly trained. A dozen brothers in the post-heaven stage.
What about you? As the strategist, you're not even at the body tempering stage.
In that battle with the Storm Fam, my meridians were 7, my cultivation was ruined. I've survived this long just to wait for the day Senior Quinn comes out. Here's all the intel on Ironvale's Lawson, Lee, and Storm family. Boss Quinn wrote to me earlier and asked me to look into them. Since the Langdons are in Metropolis, my intel on them is limited. Also, I found something that you might be interested in.
Interest me? A car accident?
Did you restore the truth of my car accident? Not yours. Look at it, and you'll see.
A case from 13 years ago?
What does this mean? You don't remember?
Besides you getting framed and imprisoned over the car accident. Your mother died in a car crash 13 years. The truck driver who ran her over died in prison long ago. But we found out he was allergic to alcohol. He never drank at all. Furthermore, shortly after the crash, Richard Lawson's wife, Helen Lee, sent the driver's ex-wife a secret transfer of $3 million.
How could this be?
It was no accident. Helen Lee hired a hitman. And the Lawson family colluded with Public Security Bureau higher-ups to cover it all up.
Richard Lawson. Helen Lee. You're so ruthless.
Gray, Grandmaster Stage Pressure. He is actually a Grandmaster. Grandmaster Pressure. He is actually a Grandmaster. I used to think that David was just the successor Boss Quinn found in prison. But now it seems Serena actually views David as the savior of our society. The Azure Dragon Society will rise again. We'll finally have our revenge. Storm family, someone's coming to take you down!
Simon Lee, gather all your men. We move out tonight, to the Lawson and Lee families. The Lawson's strongest is Henry Lawson, at the peak post-heaven stage. I only have one task for you. Tonight, don't let anyone from the Lawson family escape. Not even a dog.
Young Master, the Lawson and Lee families are no threat. But if we make a huge scene, the Ironvale Exorcist higher-ups will definitely step in. Just last month, Ironvale got a new Exorcist commander. He's a Grandmaster Adept.
Take this Exorcist medal to the Exorcist Guard Corps. Tell them, I'm visiting the Lawson and Lee families tonight to handle some business.
The gold Exorcist medal. How old is he? And he has this kind of medal. You know, Boss Quinn has been in there for 10 years, and he still hasn't gotten the gold Exorcist medal.
Alright. By the way, how much money do you have on hand right now?
Are you planning to wage a financial war against the Lawsons and Lees?
Before we make our move, we'll snipe their assets across the financial markets. I want them to lose all their leverage in utter despair.
Understood. Once the financial war begins, I'll have them bankrupt within half a day.
I need to handle some personal business. Tonight at 7, gather here. After my mom died in a car crash, I was sent to this orphanage. Margaret Green was the director. This time, when I was framed and jailed, Richard Lawson clearly bribed everyone at the orphanage. Otherwise, someone would have testified for me.
David, you are out of prison.
Yeah, I'm out.
Glad you were out. I heard from Mother Green that you went to jail for a hit and run. I was just saying the other day, a good kid like you, how could you run after hitting someone?
Yeah, the judge found out it wasn't me, so they let me go. Where is Mother Green?
They're tearing this place down. They all moved to the new orphanage. I am just an old sentimental fool, so I stayed to watch over it.
The new location.
Oh man, I don't really remember the exact address. I think it is in the north part of town.
Grandpa Ford, I have no patience for this nonsense. The new address, where is it?
It is
on Cloudsea Road in the east. Cloudsea Orphanage.
Lawson family, your retribution starts with these greedy accomplices.
State your business.
I'm looking for Margaret Green.
You mean Director Green? Wait here. Let me call her.
Mother Green used to dress so plainly. Why is she so dolled up now? And this is an orphanage office. Why is it decorated so luxuriously?
David!
Mother Green.
David, I heard you got a heavy sentence. How'd you get out so soon?
Something's wrong. I'm out of prison, but she doesn't ask how I've been. Instead, she immediately asks why I'm out. Mother Green, seems you didn't want me out.
Not at all. You getting out, I'm so happy for you. What brings you here today?
I'm looking for Lily Marsh.
Aunt Lily is off today. She's not here. Come back tomorrow.
Margaret Green. I got out of prison early, but you don't seem very happy.
He called me Margaret Green. Could it be? Does David already know about that?
Maggie, the kid said someone's here. Is it the new investor?
Didn't you say she was off today?
Lily, run!
Since you're here, let's have a little chat. Don't be in such a rush to leave.
What do you want to talk about?
About what? You know exactly what.
David, is there some kind of misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding? Margaret Green. I was framed and sent to prison. You know about it, don't you? Tell me, who was the one back then that made you frame me?
I'll talk. It was Lily. She set it up. Richard Lawson promised us $10 million and this new orphanage. I took $3 million. Lily took $2 million.
Bullshit! Margaret Green, you shameless bitch! You were the one who came to me and asked me to commit perjury. Now you're shifting the blame. The security guard Frank Ford set it up. It has nothing to do with me. Frank Ford overheard the Lawson family's plan. He used it to blackmail us and literally pocketed the remaining $5 million.
David, we had a moment of weakness. We only did this so the orphanage kids could live a better life.
So it turns out, no one here is actually good. You all wanted me dead. What a noble excuse. You sold me out for this blood money, wore gold and silver, and framed it as a noble deed.
Richard Lawson promised us he would pull some strings to reduce your sentence.
If I weren't so lucky to get out early, what do you think I'd be like in 15 years?
I didn't expect a 15-year sentence either. I thought when you got out, we'd make it up to you with the money.
Honestly, in my 13 years here, she treated me quite well. It's a pity she lost her humanity to money in the end. Lost her humanity. Margaret Green, for raising me for 13 years, I won't kill you today, but I'll take one of your fingers to teach you a lesson. Don't do things you shouldn't, just for money. These kids were either abandoned by their parents or lost them. Their only support is this orphanage. I hope you won't use them as tools to line your own pockets anymore. I'll have someone transfer money to a trust account. The children's future education and living expenses will be on me. As for you, since you couldn't keep your mouth shut and committed perjury, you will never speak again.
No! David, I was wrong! Please spare me this time!
This is what you deserve. Knowing Frank Ford, the moment I reached the orphanage, he probably ran away. Simon, track the movements of Frank Ford from the orphanage and send them to my phone. Make it quick. Yes, sir. Scenic villas. After that old geezer framed me, he took quite a cut. Even living in a villa now. Today, I'll make you all pay with blood.
How did that kid get out of prison so fast? Those two. Could they have sold me out? But then again, even if that little bastard David knows it was my idea, so what? I'm worth tens of millions of dollars now. And with this place, he couldn't even get past the front gate. But my right eyelid keeps twitching. What's going on? Whatever. Once the demolition payout arrives, I'll leave Iron Vale right away. If David really wants revenge, he's in the shadows and I'm in the open. It'd be hard to defend against.
So you do know I'm in the shadows and you're in the open.
How did you get in here?
I just walked right in.
Projecting chi, the innate stage. You weren't even a martial artist when you went to prison. How did you suddenly become an innate stage expert?
Seems you watched a lot of news in the security room. You know so much about martial artists.
David, I'm a scumbag. I was blinded by greed. I listened to the Lawson family's lies and framed you. Please, spare me.
How did you know I came for you because of the Lawson family?
Right. David didn't even say it. By blurting that out, I just confessed it myself. David, even if you're innate stage, I don't fear you. I'm backed by the King family of Capital City.
A 79-year-old side branch loser, exiled to Ironvale to be a guard. You dare use the King family to threaten me?
As long as you don't kill me, I'll give you our King family's greatest heirloom. It's from Master Zenith, passed down his lineage.
Master Zenith. That name Grand Master mentioned him a lot. The last earthly immortal of Draconia. If it's a real treasure of his, it'd be truly priceless. Let me see it. If you try to fool me, you'll die a very ugly death today.
Here it is. Take a look. Go to hell. Go to hell. So what if you're a genius? You still fell into my hands. This needle is coated with venom heart herb. Even at the peak innate stage, you absolutely can't withstand it. Now, kneel down and submit to me immediately, and I might consider giving you the antidote regularly.
You know nothing about real power. The venom heart toxin does work on peak innate stage, but don't forget, I'm not just a grandmaster. I've already formed innate essence.
You forced it out. What's your cultivation level?
What if I told you I'm a grandmaster?
Impossible. That's impossible.
I survived it. Now let's see if you can.
Help! Ah!
This is a storage dimension. I never thought the stuff made up in games and novels would actually exist.
In my youth, I, Ethan Stone, King Wallace, had a fateful encounter. I fell into a cave and found a pool of stalactite elixir. At 21, I reached the innate stage. At 34, I became a Grand Master. I became a disciple of Grandmaster Zenith. He taught me the Taiji Heart Sutra. I reached the essence condensation stage. Unfortunately, my talent was limited. I was stuck at the peak essence condensation stage. I failed to force a breakthrough and lost all my cultivation. The jade bottle holds the stalactite elixir I found. Drink it to help with your cultivation. 1 drop at a time, once a month. Don't take too much, remember that.
What a treasure.
The Taiji Heart Sutra has been recorded by the system. Taiji Heart Sutra.
You're an art only earthly immortals possess. An art only they possess. Why are you so weak in my hands? Look at the arts inside me. Any of them could beat you. Aren't you ashamed?
Detected. Taiji Heart Sutra is stimulated by the host's power. Auto-cultivation mode is now active. Taiji Heart Sutra is encouraged. Skill proficiency plus 20 per minute. Stage EXP plus 2 per minute.
According to Simon Lee's investigation, the police officer who closed my mother's case years ago was James Langdon. And back then, he was just a deputy captain. Ever since he closed my mother's case, he flew up the ranks to become deputy chief of the Public Security Bureau. In a world where martial arts rule, for a mere post-heaven novice to become deputy chief already speaks volumes. Without someone backing him, how could he get that position? Just wait. I'm coming for you.
Who are you? Didn't anyone teach you to knock?
Let me introduce myself. My name is David Lawson. My mother was Joan Wallace. I'm here today to ask about my mother's car accident case details.
13 years ago, Richard Lawson made me handle a car accident case. Because of that, I got close to the Lawsons and reached my current status. It's been so long, yet someone brings it up. How did you get in? Energy projection.
Innate stage.
Can we talk now?
Ask away.
My mother's car accident. Was it planned or an accident?
It was planned. Since he tracked me down, he probably knows something. It's better to come clean than try to hide it. Back then, I just helped the Lawsons handle the case. That was all I did. If I hadn't done it, someone else would have.
I didn't expect him to admit it so fast. Richard Lawson did it.
I was just a deputy captain back then. Orders came from above. I just followed instructions to rule it an accident. But later, when I drank with Richard Lawson, he spilled the truth when he was drunk. Back then, Richard Lawson raped your mother after drinking. She got pregnant and refused an abortion, so she was kicked out of the Lawson family. Later, when your mother was dead broke, she asked Richard for child support. This was discovered by matriarch Lawson, Helen Lee. How could Helen Lee tolerate that? So she hired someone to run her over. It was most likely Helen Lee.
So if it weren't for having me, she wouldn't have suffered such humiliation. Thank you for telling me the truth.
Of course.
But even though you aren't the main culprit in my mother's death, you tampered with the truth. So I've decided to break your arm, as a warning. As a police officer, you should know what's right and what's wrong. You must live up to your uniform.
This is the Public Security Bureau. You dare attack a deputy chief, even if you're in the innate stage, or even a Grand Master, you won't escape death.
I don't care if you're a deputy chief. No matter how high your rank is, you still have to pay for your mistakes.
Damn it! This brat won't listen to reason. I can't just sit and wait to die. Kid, you're asking for it.
You think this scrap metal can save your life?
This pressure. He's not at the innate stage. He's a Grand Master, and an advanced one.
Protecting a murderer comes with a price.
My hand! I was wrong. I deserve this. Please, Grand Master, spare my life.
I'll only take one arm today. I'm leaving you alive to watch. Karma will catch up. It's just a matter of time. I want you to keep your eyes wide open. Watch the Lawson and Lee families turn to ashes in utter despair.
An advanced Grand Master. He can walk over anyone in Blue World. Never mind killing a deputy chief like me. Even if he kills the chief, no one will dare say a word. The sky over Ironvale is about to change.
The financial war is already working. The two families are struggling to hold on.
Well done. Simon Lee truly is the Azure Dragon Society's strategist. Finding him was definitely the right move. Mom, I came to see you. Mom, are you watching from above? I didn't die. I even learned martial arts. I learned from 3 powerful masters. Mom, I know. It's all because you've been protecting me. Right? Mom, I miss you. Mom. Those people who framed you back then, none of them will get away. I will make them pay with their lives.
As for what we're doing tonight, I believe Simon has already told you. I won't say more.
After tonight, the Azure Dragon Society is officially born. Those who survive will be the new society's founding members. I only have one demand: no betrayals. Traitors will be shown no mercy.
Yes! Boss!
How's the financial war going?
The stock prices of the Lawson and Lee families have been driven down by 20%. We've successfully acquired over 50% of the shares in both companies, giving us absolute control.
Well done. As our strategist, you can't be without cultivation. There's a drop of stalactite elixir in this bottle. Take it and see if it can reconnect your meridians.
Boss, my meridians that have been broken for 11 years are a third recovered. 2 more drops, and I can cultivate again. Boss, for this new lease on life, I would die for you. I can never repay this.
Get up. This stalactite elixir can only be taken 1 drop at a time, and only once a month. You can't have too much, or your meridians won't handle the shock.
Yes, boss.
Rest up well tonight. Tomorrow night, come with me to the Lawson family. It's not just the day of my revenge, but also the day we announce the return of the Azure Dragon Society.
Bitch! Don't! Just don't! Assets down by 60% in a single day! Timberlake Villa, and you don't even know who is shorting Lawson Group! You can't find a thing! What is the use of having you around?
Dad, this whole thing is very suspicious. I can't figure out who's targeting us either. I've already contacted a squad leader of the Exorcist 1st Division.
Sir? Someone's here to see you. They say they're Lawson Group's current de facto controller. The real boss.
Bring them in. I want to see just who this person stealing our shares really is. The nerve to step on my toes.
Azure Dragon 7 Ghosts, you are Simon Lee. The Azure Dragon Society you want to make a comeback by making an example of the Lawson family?
Old Master Lawson, I'm here today representing the new boss to collect your remaining shares and settle a blood debt.
Settle a debt? And take my remaining shares? You, a cripple with shattered meridians! Guards!
You're counting on these useless weaklings?
He is just a useless cripple. Why is he so confident?
Boss, shall I handle this for you? I'll handle it myself. I have some questions for Richard.
It is you!
David Lawson, weren't you in prison? You dared to escape?
Escape? I walked right out the front door. The collapse of the Lawson Group today is my welcome gift to you.
The attack on the Lawson Group. You were behind it.
That's right. It was me. I'm going to make you watch the destruction of the Lawson family. Don't worry. Not only will I make you watch the Lawson family's downfall, but I'll also send you, your dad, and your son's family to reunite in hell.
How dare you? I am your own father. You think having the Azure Dragon Society lets you do whatever you want? They crossed the Storm family. Do you really think these people can take on the Storm family?
My own father? You conspired with Helen Lee to have my mother killed in a hit and run, then framed me and sent me to prison. What an absolute joke. As for the Storm family, after I destroy the Lawson and Lee families, I'll naturally go after them. There's no rush. One by one, none of you will escape.
You've got it all wrong. Your mother's car crash was an accident. If you leave with the Azure Dragon Society now, I can let you back into the Lawson family, and I'll treat you just like I treat Michael.
Richard Lawson, do you take me for a fool? Want me back in the family? For the 20 years I suffered out there, where exactly were you? Now you see the Azure Dragon Society behind me, and you want me back in the family, just to use me to control their power. Oh, by the way, do you remember James Langdon? The vice captain who did your dirty work back then?
Seems this kid has completely figured out the truth about what happened back then. So you brought the Azure Dragon Society here? For revenge?
That's an interesting question. If I didn't come for revenge, did you think I came for a family reunion?
There is only a few of them! Slaughter them all! Old Marsh, attack!
Yes, Master. None of them are leaving here alive.
Strategist, this old man is at peak post-heaven stage.
People only know Perry Lawson is at peak post-heaven stage. I didn't expect the Lawsons were hiding another peak post-heaven master. They have 2 peak post-heaven masters, yet their power ranking has always been stuck at 7th. Looks like you're plotting something big.
7 ghosts, you know too much! Everyone, attack! Leave no one alive! Old Marsh, take out the leader first! Kill that little beast!
Die, you little beast.
Projecting Chi! You are actually at the innate stage!
Impossible. You were just a mortal when you went to prison. How is it possible that in under a year, you reached the innate stage?
Strategist. Did it really take him less than a year to train to the innate stage?
The new boss is a 1 in a million genius. Don't use your common sense when judging the new boss. I can only tell you this. What you're seeing right now is just the tip of the iceberg.
The innate stage is just the tip of the iceberg. Could he be a grandmaster?
Nothing is impossible in this world. You, Richard Lawson, killed the woman who bore your child, and personally sent your own son to prison. Since such absurd things have happened, what else is impossible? Actually, I didn't have to come today. I could have just let Simon Lee wipe you all out, but I came anyway.
I have a question for you.
After all these years, have you ever felt guilty about my mother?
Actually, over the years, I've always wanted to bring you and your mother here. But I'm just a failure. I lack martial talent. I can't cultivate. By marrying Helen Lee, I essentially became a live-in son-in-law. Once your grandpa dies, the Lee family will swallow the Lawsons. That's why I always listened to Helen. All of this was forced on me by that witch Helen. She hired the hitman to kill your mother. I'm a victim too. I live with the guilt every day. David, will you please forgive Dad? I'm such a coward.
All that crying and not a single tear. Your acting is pathetic.
I'm telling the truth. David, come home. I'll make it up to you.
Do I need you to make it up to me? With my current strength, I can thrive anywhere I go. Go to hell and repent to my mother.
You dare kill your own father?
Kill my father? You don't even deserve to be my father.
Richard?
You ungrateful little bastard! Are you trying to end the Lawson bloodline?
Don't rush. It hasn't ended just yet. You and Michael are still alive. Your turn is coming up next. That's when the bloodline will truly end.
Exorcist operation. Kneel with your hands on your head, or we'll shoot to kill.
What's going on? Simon, didn't I tell you to give the medal to Exorcist headquarters?
Boss, I already did. They approved it and said no one would come. Why are they here? I have no clue.
Who are you? Which squad?
Exorcist Guard Corps, 1st Division, Squad 4, Captain William Wallace. We got a distress call from the Lawsons, saying martial artists were causing trouble. Sure enough, we found you thugs here. You're trespassing and committing murder. By the Blue World Legal Code, you are under arrest. Hands on your head, and get on the ground.
Arrest me? Are you sure?
I know you're at the innate stage, but the innate stage doesn't give you the right to just kill people. I'll count to 3. If you don't cooperate, I will have to use force. 2.
Call the Iron Veil Exorcist Commander, and tell him to get his ass over here in 3 minutes. If he's even 1 second late, he can kiss his position goodbye.
Mr. Lee, you asked for me? Zachary King, Mr. Lawson wants you here, and bring the Exorcist Commander with you.
Mr. Lee, did something happen?
What did I tell you this afternoon? I told you, Mr. Lawson has business at the Lawson and Lee estates tonight. Yet your squad captain, William Wallace, brought men to arrest Mr. Lawson. Should Mr. Lawson resist, or just surrender?
What? Mr. Lee, put him on speaker. I'll talk to William Wallace.
How is this David kid so confident, saying he'll replace the Exorcist Commander? Anyone who says something like that is either a complete idiot or someone with real power.
You Wallace got a death wish. Don't drag me down. I gave an order this afternoon to stay away from the Lawsons tonight. Take your men and get your ass back here.
My boss, Captain Zachary King. They actually know each other.
Yeah, Captain King, right? My last name is Lawson. You should know me. Get over here right now, and bring the Iron Veil Exorcist Commander with you. If I don't see you in 3 minutes, face the consequences. Understood.
Fall back.
Who exactly is he? How dare he talk to the captain like that? And the craziest part is, they actually listen to him.
Don't just stand around. Go track down Helen Lee and Michael Lawson.
No need to look, boss. According to our intel, Michael Lawson is at Iron Veil Marshal Cat and Helen Lee is at the Lee family villa.
I'll give you 2 choices. 1, kill yourself. 2, I kill you. Make your choice.
You can't kill me. You have Lawson blood in your veins. You are a monster.
A monster?
So what if I'm a monster? What about it? Did the Lawsons ever feed me a single grain of rice? You say I have Lawson blood. Do you have any proof? Oh, I forgot. The only proof is now a corpse. I was born without a father. He died a long time ago. You think just because you say so, that makes me your grandson? You, forget it. Seems you still don't know what to choose. Let me help you out.
So a gold exorcist can just kill people in public, and right in front of my face. Mr. Lawson, don't you think you're disrespecting the exorcists? Or perhaps you think being a gold exorcist lets you do whatever you want?
So you're the current exorcist commander of Iron Veil.
I never hide who I am. I stand by my name. I am Samuel's son. I never expected the first gold exorcist to be a mere kid. This is quite an eye-opener, but you said if I didn't come, I'd face the consequences. Well, I'm here now. What now?
What do you think the consequences would be if you didn't show up?
Peak Grandmaster stage. I just offended a peak Grandmaster stage, the absolute limit of Blue World's martial power.
The pressure of a peak Grandmaster is more than enough to deal with these cowards who only pick on the weak. I'm a gold exorcist. Logically speaking, I have the authority to command you, the Iron Veil Exorcists, right?
Of course. It's within your rights. Good.
Then I have a few questions for you. First, the Lawsons and Lees hired assassins to kill my mother. As a member of the martial world, and as a gold exorcist, shouldn't I avenge her?
That is perfectly justified.
Second, I already had someone notify the Guard Corps to stay away from the Lawsons and Lees tonight. Why did you still show up? Is my authority as a gold exorcist just a load of crap to you?
Well? Third, as the Iron Veil Exorcist Commander, your men ignored military orders. Should you be punished? Facing a peak Grandmaster, a gold exorcist, if I show even a hint of resistance, I'd be dead by this time next year. You're absolutely right, Mr. Lawson. It was my oversight. I admit my mistake. Captain King, explain it to me. Why are the exorcists here at the Lawson family?
Mr. Lawson, it's my fault. I'll strictly discipline them when we return.
Enough. Take your men and get lost.
Yes, get your asses up. Just you wait, William Wallace. I'll skin you alive when we get back.
By the way, about tonight. If anyone leaks a single word about this, you'll suffer the consequences.
Don't worry, Mr. Lawson. I'll have them sign NDAs once we're back.
Mr. Lawson, I know what to say and what not to say. I'll take my leave now. Simon, take some men to clean out the Lawson remnants. Then we head straight to the Lee family. I'm going to raise hell tonight. Yes, sir. Today, Lee Corporation's stock plummeted by 50%, and some unknown funds are buying up our retail shares like crazy. What on earth is going on?
The Lawson family must be dragging us down. I went to see Richard Lawson earlier, and that loser actually suspected our Lee family of dragging them down.
Enough. I called you here to discuss a solution, not to bicker.
Sir, bad news. Someone is forcing their way into the manor.
Who is it?
A young man with over a dozen middle-aged men. One of them said this villa belongs to the Lee Corporation, and they now hold 55% of the shares. They want to repossess the villa.
I was just wondering how to find the mastermind behind all this, and now they deliver themselves right to us. Tell the guards to surround them.
Sir, the guards can't stop them. Their leader is a young man around 20. He unleashed his innate essence and instantly killed Captain Lucas Kent with a single strike. We've suffered heavy casualties.
A 20-year-old at the innate stage? Let's go. Everyone, follow me out to sea.
It's him.
You know him?
He is Victor Lawson's that bastard David Lawson. The one who recently took the fall from Michael and went to jail?
I remember him. Last time in the Rift World, when gathering soulgrass, he clashed with Michael. His master is Serena. Serena even almost fought Edward Storm over him.
So you're the one secretly targeting the Lee family. Targeting us?
You're mistaken. I'm not here to target your family. I'm here to wipe your family completely off of Blue World.
Wipe out my family? Kid, do you really think with your master Serena backing you, you can run wild? In front of me, your pathetic strength makes you nothing but a clown. Serena, get out here. Let me see for myself what Iron Veil's top master is really made of.
To deal with trash like you, my Grandmaster doesn't need to act. Old dog, I'm more than enough.
Could it be that among his people there's a hidden master? How arrogant! Since you dared to come here, I'll send you straight to hell.
With such pathetic strength, how dare you bark at me?
You're really at the innate stage.
What? Did that slap still not knock some sense into you?
Innate stage at 20. What will he become in the future? Since I can't beat him, I absolutely cannot make him an enemy. David, I know Helen made you go to prison for Michael. You're angry, but an older brother taking the fall for a younger one is perfectly normal. Besides, you're out of prison now, aren't you? Why make a big fuss over such a trivial matter and end up hurting us both?
Trivial? The Lee family has a lot of nerve. Helen Lee framed me and gave me 15 years in prison. If I weren't so lucky, my life would be ruined. And you call that trivial? Besides, do you really think I came today just for taking the fall? Helen Lee, 13 years ago, you hired a hitman to kill my mother. Have you forgotten? And you? Wasn't it you who pulled strings to cover up her crime?
Back then, Helen said she'd already killed that woman, but spared the child to torture him slowly. Damn it! I didn't expect leaving a loose end would cause this disaster. Since the gloves are off, let's just finish this. Since you know it all, I'll stop pretending. Helen said back then she'd spare you, bastard, to torture you slowly. I was way too soft. I should have killed you, too. That was my biggest mistake. Think being in the innate stage lets you run wild in the Lee family? Go to hell.
A piece of trash powered by drugs dares to show off before me?
You're not in the innate stage. You're a Grand Master.
Don't mess with the wrong person in your next life. Simon, leave no one alive.
David, if you want to know your true identity, don't kill me!
My true identity? Explain what you mean by that.
Promise you won't kill me, and give me some cash, and I'll tell you your true identity.
Do you think you have the leverage to bargain?
I'm the only one who knows your true identity. Even Richard Lawson doesn't know. I only found out after your mother died, completely by accident. And there's more to your mother's death. Don't you want to know why, after your mother's car accident, the driver involved ended up dead in prison? Though the Lee family is powerful in Iron Vale, we'd never dare kill someone in prison. Neither would the Storm family.
That does make sense. The Storms have a deep grudge against Serena, but they wouldn't dare make a move in prison. So that driver, how did he die in prison? It couldn't have been suicide, could it? Simon, let me ask you. The driver who ran over and killed my mother back then, how did he die in prison?
I'm not sure. The file says illness, but I checked his medical records. He was perfectly healthy. It makes no sense to drop dead so soon.
He wasn't sick. He was murdered. I was terrified he'd rat me out. I went to see him. He told me he'd already been hired to kill your mother. I just happened to put out the exact same hit. He took both jobs to get paid twice.
That's just your side of the story. Do you have any solid proof?
I swear to God, I can prove you're not Richard Lawson's son. Just promise not to kill me, and I'll tell you everything.
I'm not Richard Lawson's son? If not, then why do Michael and I look so much alike?
Because Michael is the son of my first love, John Lawson, and your biological father is John's older brother, Jack Lawson. You two are actually cousins. And Richard Lawson couldn't have a son. He was sterile.
What about my mother? Who was she? Why was she raped by Richard?
Your mother was from the Wallace family of Capital City. 18 years ago, the Lawson family made enemies in Capital City and was completely wiped out. To protect your mother, your father left her in Iron Vale and returned to Capital City to die. Your mother, pregnant with you, to escape being hunted down, went incognito as a maid in the Lawson family. That's how a drunk Richard—
Capital City Lawson family. Are you talking about the Capital City tragedy from 18 years ago?
How do you know that?
Of course I know. Because I'm a survivor of the Capital City Lee family.
Simon, what exactly is going on here?
Boss, back then, Capital City had a dragon vein conflict. The four great houses had guarded for generations the dragon vein beneath the Forbidden Palace. But a peerless master, to break the martial limit, forcibly extracted the dragon vein's power. The four great houses fought to the death, but that man single-handedly wiped them all out, leaving no survivors.
Who was that man?
One of the founders of the Exorcists. One of the top 3 masters in the martial domain. Arthur Flynn.
Right. The other person who ordered a hit on your mother was him.
Then why did you try to kill her?
Because at the time, I had no idea she was a Wallace from Capital City. I just saw she was pregnant, and from a rape, no less. Richard was sterile. Why was she the one to get pregnant? I was pissed, so I ordered a hit on her. It was only later that I learned the truth about your mother.
So, 20 years of humiliation, my mother's tragic fate, and my family's massacre. They are all connected now. Arthur Flynn, Exorcist founder. One of the top 3 peerless masters in the martial domain. Good. Very good. I want to see just how strong this mighty peerless master really is. Simon, once we finish up in Iron Vale, you're coming with me to Capital City. Your revenge and my family's blood debt will settle them both.
Yes, boss. I'll follow you to the death.
David, I've told you everything. I've told you the whole truth. Please, just let me go. And spare Michael too. He is your cousin after all. We'll get out of Iron Vale for good. You will never see us again.
Spare you? Helen, didn't you just say that your father, Gerald Lee, failing to eliminate me completely was his biggest mistake?
No!
I, David Lawson, never make the same mistake. Kill them all. Send someone to deal with Michael, too. Cut them down at the roots.
David Lawson, you'll rot in hell.
Please, just spare Michael.
Sorry, I can't let him live. After killing so many of you, keeping Michael alive is a threat. Just like when you spared me, so you could torture me. I became a threat to the Lee family. I won't make the same mistake.
Boss, everything's been taken care of. We didn't leave a single one alive.
Good. The Lee family is destroyed. Next up is the Storm family.
Master Langdon, now that you're out of seclusion, you must be at the advanced innate stage. Even if Serena is released, with you here in Ironvale, she has nowhere to run.
Who does Serena think she is? What the Langdons gave you. The top spot in Ironvale, no one can take away.
Master, the defenses at Azure Dragon Mountain have collapsed. Someone's fighting their way up.
David Lawson, you're not dead? You're just a piece of trash sentenced to 15 years. How could you be out?
Gerald Lee just asked me the exact same thing. Now his whole family is waiting for you in hell.
You know him?
He's the disciple Serena took in prison. But from what I know, he was sentenced to 15 years. He hasn't even been in there for a year, and he's already out. My guess is Serena helped him kill enough beasts to get an early release. And that guy next to him, Simon Lee, is a remnant of the Azure Dragon Society. The Azure Dragon strategist, Seven Ghosts.
So he's Seven Ghosts. I've actually heard of him. Serena, since you're here, stop hiding. Let me see what the former Ironvale's top master is really made of. Hiding in the back, Serena? Are you too scared to come out? Don't tell me you think these two losers can handle me.
Hey, you pretty boy, just shut up. You're giving me goosebumps. My Grandmaster isn't even out of prison yet. What are you barking about?
What did you just call me? You little bastard. I'll tear your mouth open.
You're also at the innate stage?
Innate? You know nothing about true power.
Peak Grandmaster stage. Impossible.
Let go of me. I'm a Langdon. My grandfather is Samuel Langdon. You dare touch me? The Langdon family twin Grandmasters will never let you off.
Call them. Get both of your Grandmaster grandpas to come over here. I'll send you all to hell together today.
Just you wait.
Timothy. Hey, kid. What made you call me?
Grandpa son, I heard you're an exorcist in Ironvale now. I need a favor from you.
Oh? There's something you can't handle in Ironvale?
I just ran into a Peak Grandmaster. He's slaughtering the Storm family. He's going to kill me too. Can you deploy those weapons?
The Peak Grandmaster you mentioned. Is his name David Lawson?
Yes, that's him. Grandpa son, do you know him?
Timothy, I can't help you with this. David Lawson isn't just a Peak Grandmaster. He's also a gold exorcist. If you want to live, you better call your grandfathers now.
Grandpa, help! I'm at the Storm family villa in Ironvale. Someone's trying to kill me.
Who is it?
A Peak Grandmaster. His name is David Lawson, and he's a new gold exorcist.
Hang in there. Your great uncle and I will be right there. Ah!
You actually dared to call your grandpas. Perfect. Saves me a trip to Metropolis.
This guy is too strong. Even if my grandpas team up, they probably can't beat him. But they'll surely bring backup. There's strength in numbers. I refuse to believe we can't kill him.
Simon, leave no survivors of the Storm family.
Understood.
This guy, he's a literal god of death.
Not just the two old guys, but a helper too. You knew all along your grandpas would call for backup, right? Do you really think these helpers, who aren't even Peak Grandmasters, can beat me?
You insolent brat.
Let my grandson go.
Young man, Andrew Kent. I'm the Metropolis Exorcist Commander. One of Blue World's 3 Supreme Masters, Arthur Flynn, is my senior brother. You've killed enough tonight. For my senior brother's sake, stop right here. I can keep you alive.
Arthur Flynn. You shouldn't have mentioned him. But since you did, none of you will leave here in one piece today.
Who exactly are you? How dare you call my senior brother by name?
18 years ago, in the capital city Dragonvein conflict, I'm the Lawson bloodline the Flynns wiped out.
A remnant of the capital city Lawson family. Let's take him down together. This kid, how is his mental power so strong? Our combined mental power is no match for him alone. The contest of mental power is over.
Let's have some real combat next. Too slow.
Matthew! Externalizing innate essence. You're at the half-step essence condensation stage. Run.
Trying to run? Too late.
Get down.
Not that tough after all. I thought you'd give me a real challenge.
Don't kill me. I'll cripple my martial arts. I'll become a eunuch.
You already are a eunuch. Just die.
Boss. The Storm family direct lineage is mostly eliminated, but we searched inside and out. The only one missing is Edward Storm's second son, Leon Storm. He vanished into thin air.
Let's go. He's in the basement. The material in here actually blocks mental probing. Let's go. Let's take a look.
I didn't expect you'd still find this place. Back when my father asked me to build this villa, I built this secret passage. Even my father has no idea that this place exists down here. David Lawson, do you know what this place is?
Is there something wrong with this guy's head?
This is an ascension altar to the heavenly realm. When I return as an immortal, I'll tear you to pieces. Ah! No! What is this thing? Get out of my body!
This perfect body is mine for the taking.
I am Elder Byron, the 100-year Taoist. Sealed for 400 years, I'm finally free. Kid, your essence condensation stage body is 1,000 times better than this trash. Give it to me.
A dead freak playing tricks. How dare you covet my body? Break!
Master Zenith, you old geezer. Still a nuisance even in death. To leave behind a divine transformation martial intent.
Kid, this is the only path to the spirit realm. I'll be waiting for you here. You can't escape.
What the hell is this thing?
Drop the innocent act. The Lawson family runs Ironvale. Be with me, and you'll have endless resources. Michael Lawson, let go of Samantha. Justin White, you dare attack me. You want to die?
The Lawson family. Starting tonight, there is no more Lawson family in Ironvale.
This is Ironvale Martial Academy. Don't you dare. This is peak Grand Master pressure.
David Lawson, you're out of prison!
Go join your grandpa and parents. A family should stay together.
You're incredible, Senior. Please take me as your disciple.
You stepped up to save someone. You have good character. Go to Azure Dragon Mountain and find Simon Lee. You can be a probationary disciple for now.
Mom, our Iron Veil enemies are dead. I'll take you back to the Wallace family in Capital City. It's time to settle every single score with them.